Here is a piece of Douglas fir. It is a 2x6 piece, an old 2x6 piece that I cut. It's all crooked, not square, just outside with my chainsaw. It is just carved rod taped, 7 inches by 4 1/4 and a little 1/8 by 1.5 inches. So they call this a 2x6 when there was more wood here, but it's not a 2-inch. It's only 1.5. It just shows. I guess when the company buys it from the mill, then the mill planes it. They take some wood off. I don't know. It's just friggin' scam, anyways. But like they should say like it's only 5.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches thick, not called a 2x6. Look, they rip you off 1/2 inch of thickness. Anyways, after I cut this, I noticed there's the center, the heart of the wood right there. There's a crack here. Not a big deal. Doesn't go too deep. Most times when you got the heart of the wood, it's going to crack. So if you go to the hardware store to buy a 2x6 or maybe even a 2x4, make sure it doesn't have the heart of the wood in there, like the center, so you can see a perfect circle in there. Make sure that's not in there. No. This is going to be a soap holder. I don't know why. I've just always wanted to freaking carve one. This is a bar of soap you get from the friggin' store. Sometimes the soap comes bigger. Like the people make soaps and they're bigger. But we're going to use this piece of wood. Now, I want to make a mold out of this when I'm done carving it. So let me show you an example. So here's a mold that I bought. And I poured the epoxy in there. Soap. Let's see here. So that's even kind of small. Doesn't really sit in there too well. Here's the mold that I bought on Amazon. So, you just lay it down, you pour your epoxy in there, and then you pull this out of there. That's what you get. So this one's supposed to look like water. The pictures on Amazon were way better than it actually really looks in real life. So the thing with doing, I don't know how I should aim this video. I don't want to carve too, because I'm not a professional mold pourer. Because the more that you dig in there, the better chance, sharp lines and stuff, the better chance you're going to have bubbles. So that's pretty deep inside there. I don't want to do that with this. So this is really going to be a surface carving. I think the first thing that I want to do is get a pen and kind of, we'll put our soap there. Kind of just this outside of this wood's wet. It's been friggin' raining here for the last 3 days, and they're calling for another 4 days of rain. I'm not complaining about the rain. We need it because we're like a rainforest here, but with lots of forest fires in British Columbia, Canada. So the rain helps with the forest fires, that's for sure. So I think I don't even know what I want to do with this yet. I've asked this video is going to be mostly talking, and I'm sorry for everybody that just wants to see carving. Some videos are carving, some videos are talking. I asked Just Carve Rob. He says I should do a turtle, little legs and a little turtle head poking out. But this is Douglas fir, and I don't feel like carving that much today, to tell you the truth. So I think the first thing I'll scoop this in, right? I don't know how deep I want to make it. I got to figure that part out because the less mold stuff I can pour, the better. And so pretend this is the person's back wall, like they're in their kitchen or their bathroom. I don't think I need to carve the back side of this. I think I can just kind of round it off a bit, make it round, and I think it's just be like that. Go up against somebody's back wall, boom, then pull your soap up and wash. I don't know. Wash whatever part of the body you need to wash, I guess. So don't be a Geordie. So when you're going to do something like this, well, you can be a Geordie if you want. When you're going to do something like this, inspect your wood first. You know, I looked on this side, I didn't see a knot there. Because I didn't look on the other side, there's a knot there, there's a knot here. When you're doing carving inside here, it is, you know, it's just put some music on, carve away, do your thing, right? You know, you could use a hole saw to remove in here. You could use one of those spade bits to remove wood in here too. Faster, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is enjoying yourself with your Dremel, carve something really basic, and just have a good time. So, like I said, inspecting the wood, I seen that crack. Now, I got, what, about more than quarter of an inch. I'd say like 3/8 carved in here. You can see the wall. But that crack goes from here. I don't want this piece to have a crack on it. That's the bottom line. So I see that crack. It's here, and it goes all the way in here. So how do I get rid of this crack? Well, I think to get rid of this crack for myself, and this is just the way I do things, everybody, you might be different than me, because I'm just enjoying my time sitting here carving, listening to music. I'm going to carve this all lower. So then, yeah, that was a waste of time carving this, scooping this out in here. I'm going to carve all this all lower, so there'll be like a wall here. So, and this should give you ideas to how to fight your wood carving problems, I guess. So I'm going to carve all this wood away, and then there'll be a wall back here. Who knows? Maybe we can carve it deep enough to carve something on the back wall. Yeah, like also, you know, maybe I shouldn't even talk about molding and stuff for this video, because I'm trying to do it so I don't have to buy that much. Where's the mold here? Let me get it. Silicone. Oh, well, I got a molding kits. I got a molding kit somewhere here. Silicone rubber. Now I got to use it before the shelf life. I got 2 of these things, so I'm trying to make it so I don't have to use that much mold. Like, I got enough mold. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just carve and have fun. Hi, Liz. Fix the problem. Carve deeper. Crack be gone. But there is another crack in here, right in the middle of the screen. See that? Not a big deal. I might not do a mold with this. Things kind of change. So I think, you know, yeah, it's a big soap holder. It can be whatever you want it to be, but I'm using it as a soap holder. Slow down, Jordy. Slow down. I think at this point, you might as well you kind of got all the shape. It's good. People can grab the soap out of there if they grab it like this. You know, it just kind of goes smoothly up that edge. See it kind of rounded the edge. I got more lots. I haven't even sanded inside here yet, but just to show you guys, you can do this with the Dremel. I think there needs to be a wood spirit here with his beard coming down here, a wood spirit here, beard coming down here, and possibly a flower here. Yep. Just Carve Rob said, make the first ever wood spirit soap holder thing. This whole thing so far, I've done it with this Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. You can get these burrs in the description below. Here is a piece of Douglas fir. Fuck, man. So, crack on there. Not a big deal. That's just sawdust in there. Did the carving fusion swoosh lines back here. Now, if you look at this one, it pissed me off. His nose broke off, but I laugh because it kind of looks like a skull wood spirit. And what makes me laugh is because I always struggle with carving the noses on skulls. And that's the best skull nose that I've ever done. You can see here where I really sanded it. I used my sanding mandrel that I always do. You get the bumps in there without even burning it, like the Show Susie band kind of bumps. I was sanding this and making everything soft because I don't care if it turns out, man. I'm just gonna, in another video, I'll do the mold thing. So I tried to make everything for molding. You got to make everything soft and like, you don't want, I don't know, whatever. So there is the wood spirit flower, and the wood spirit was just Carve Rob's idea, and the flower was just Carve Rob's idea. So I think what I'm going to do now is I got this Minwax poly shade like I use on lots of my earlier videos. I'm going to hit it with this, wipe it off, and then over the next couple days for the pour, I'm going to give it some satin clear finish. So the mold stuff doesn't stick to it. But let's just get this stuff on here now. Carve Fusion soap holder, wood spirit flower soap holder. Don't forget to sign your pieces. Sorry, I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. So, man, I bought a box of these gloves from the dollar store, and like they're totally junk. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I won't be buying another. Not that anybody cares. I won't be buying another box from the dollar store. I guess I don't need to dip my thing in there anymore. I'm putting on thick because hopefully that stuff will get inside those cracks. And well, I don't need to dip there, and I got lots in here I can use. So I'll get this all on here. Got to do the back. Get this all on here, wipe it off, then I'll decide if I want to sand the high points or not. Okay, just get your rig. This stuff dries actually fairly quick. Anyways. So it's been a few days. If you can see the front there, I carved off that flower just because it wasn't working. And I just carved some smooth lines like the back because, like I said, I'm going to do a mold of this. Did I say I'm not going to in this video, or did I say I'm going to keep doing it? Anyways, I'm going to do the mold. So I gave it 2 or 3 coats of the Rust-Oleum clear coat, so I think that will be good enough. I do have a mold release. I don't think I need it. I made this silly little case for the mold thing. It's styrofoam stuff with like a smooth outside finish I got from the dollar store. This, I hope, works. I'm going to glue this inside here, and then I'm going to pour the mold. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So here's the mold kit I've had for like 6 months. I got to use it up. BB Bidu, most easy to use silicone platinum 30A, non-toxic, true orderless, 1x1 volume. I'm gonna mix it up in this. I'll probably mix up way too much. Then I got this thing here. This is to well, it sucks the bubbles out of it. Basically, long story short, you mix it up, you put the bubbles in that thing, and it's like a compressing thing, and it degasses the stuff. So. Okay, so here's for all the tea in China. I'm going to put a little bit on a paintbrush and just kind of make sure I get inside that wood spirit's nose and the low points. Man, I didn't check to see if this would go in my compressor thing, my pressure pot, but I guess that's okay. Just make sure I'm getting it. I don't know, like this is basically my second time using this stuff. Now I'm just going to find a corner, just slowly pour it in there. Hopefully I glued the edge enough it doesn't leak, or else I'm in big trouble. I think probably the slower you pour it, the better. What's that? There's something in there coming up. Okay, I'll get this done in, I think they say like 6 hours. I don't know if I mixed up enough of it. Anyways, I'm going to stop filming. Yeah, because I'm running out of room here. Lewis, we got a problem. We got a friggin' leak there. Oh no, what do I do now? That's why you should read instructions, because I don't know what the working time is with this, but I friggin' got some more cleaned it up quickly, got some more hot glue and hot glued it around there. Hope it works. Because this stuff's not cheap, man.
With make-believe natural top dogs, there's nothing to negotiate. Except...
So it's now the next day. Good thing I caught that leak and the hot glue worked around it. So let's get this out of the mold. Now, kind of exciting to see how it turned out, but there's kind of something that I don't have the epoxy here to pour into this mold, so I'm going to have to order it on Amazon tonight. And maybe it'll be here tomorrow. So I didn't, like this foam stuff, this is, I don't know what it's called, something board from the dollar store. Was not the right stuff to use, but I used it just because, you know why? Because I get shit done. And you see it's coming off nice and clean. So let me get this all off. Well, actually, honestly, I got to go to the washroom. Okay, so I took some more stuff off. It's like, do I need to film doing this bullshit? Anyways, so I can see some of the mold got underneath it. That's okay because you just cut it off, cut it around. Yeah, this styrofoam. It's like, I don't know. It's there. You go. See, there's like styrofoam in between here, and it's smooth paper. So it worked. It worked. I just don't know how good of a. I don't even know how much I paid for this mold stuff, but I used both the containers. Now let's take this sucker out of the mold. There you go. Uh-oh, there's some blue there. That's where I did the hot glue. So there's that. Now I got to get a knife and cut up all this stuff around here. All right, so I think sometimes with this molding stuff, you get sticky stuff inside there. I did a lighter case, and it was kind of seemed like it's sticky. Lots of sticky stuff, but that's all right. It will eventually dry out. So here's the mold. Now it doesn't look like there's this thing filming. Doesn't look like there's any air bubbles in it. You'd see like little round bumps. I got some sawdust in there, so I'm gonna have to wash this out with the warm water and let it dry. I think I'm gonna end this video here. This will be Saturday's video or something, and I guess I'm just gonna make a video when I get the epoxy. I'll pour this, let it sit overnight, pull it out, and see if we made a soap or some kind of thing, something replica. Hope everybody's doing great. Carve Fusion, over and out. Don't fuck up your molds. So I just happened to get some epoxy here, and I'm mixing it with pearl white. Oh no, what's the color of this stuff? This is the pigments. Like what is it? Silvery white. So basically pearl white. So I've already measured out that I needed 500 milliliters. I poured water in this. Then I emptied the water into the cup. So anyways, I've cut my things to make it go into my pressure pot. Pressure pot will shrink the bubbles. My little compressor, pressure pot. So I'm going to pour some in here. Then I'm going to put this in the pressure pot and then pour some more in here and then do it up. This is not the deep pour epoxy. This is just your standard crafting epoxy. So I don't know. It might cure too fast and it might break because this might be a little bit too thick. But what do you know if you don't try? Okay, so you can see it's in there. Got a little bit of overkill. It's going to leak out when I pressure thing it. But that's fine. And let's put the lid on it, do it up, and undo it tomorrow. See how it looks. So it is now the next day. I've pulled it out of the compressor. It's rock hard. Epoxy sometimes is going to do what it wants to do when you got the colors in there. Now, let's see how this mold worked. Let's pull it out of the mold. This is the magic moment. So there it is. The first ever Carving Fusion mold. And I think it turned out pretty good. Now, when you do this, you can't really see the faces. You can and you can't on the side of the mold. So I think what I'm going to do is just give it a simple black wash. So maybe we can get some highlights in those faces to show. So stand by. I'm going to get some black paint, mix it with water, and just give it a little bit of a black wash on this. I might give this whole thing a black wash, actually. That's how we can really see how well the mold turned out. But I don't see any places where bubbles were or anything like that, because you'd have little bumps on the piece here or holes. So I do not see any bubble thing pieces. So anyways, let's give it a black wash. Okay, so I got some water and black paint mixed up here. For fun. I did have some. I spilt it all out. I don't know what most people's colors their kitchens are, so I didn't know what. I'm going to do a few more, and this wasn't the best carving. This is me. Yeah, it costs money to practice something new, but this was me practicing the mold to see if I could actually do a mold. It's a simple mold. It's better than trying to practice on like something that's really carved and really detailed, because I'd say start simpler, like with your wood spirits. For example, carving the eyes. You don't need to carve real eyes in wood spirits. Just hollow them out and call it done. There's no sense. And this molding stuff and epoxy pouring is not a cheap hobby, that's for sure. This is right here is $10 worth of epoxy when you buy it in the bigger containers. If you buy it in the small containers, it would probably cost like $20. So it's just like anything else. The more that you buy, the cheaper you get it for, right? So, well, I got to clean up the bottom of this. I think, like you see on this face, it's kind of working, but this one's not. I'm just going to redo it on this face. I don't know. How about I just get it to how it works good for me, and then we'll finally end this video. Sorry I haven't been making much videos lately. I've been working, and it sucks. I hate working. Anyways, let's just wipe this off gently. There you go. There's a bit better. Get some black shadows in there. Kind of like that. Clean it out of here. So I'll let this black paint dry. I'll let it dry, and then I'll spray it with a clear coat. So that's how you make a freaking mold thing. Soap holder thing. I don't know. I could have carved a way better one. This one's a little bit bulky. Where's the soap? Works for me. Got some clear little rubber things to glue on the bottom so it's elevated off the counter. I'm going to pour another mold one of these right now. I wonder what color I'll use. Hope everybody's doing great. The mold worked. It worked.